With more, we're joined by criminal defense lawyer Joseph Neuberger. He joins us live now. Well, what could come of the sentencing hearing? Now, I think people who may not have tuned in the last couple of days, let's be clear that from what we understand, these victim impact statements aren't going to impact, unfortunately, the sentence itself, right?
Yes, that's correct. So he is liable and he will be sentenced to life imprisonment. And I believe it's not till 2046 he'll have a chance at parole. But these victim impact statements are incredibly important and play a vital role in sentencing for any crime. And in particular, in this case, this is the sole opportunity where victims in a murder case, like this young boy, and the family who's so tragically impacted have the opportunity to speak and have themselves heard and express the pain and emotion, which get across not just to the court, but to our community and our society at large, just how impactful and damaging hate-motivated crime is. I mean, murder is bad in any way, but when it's particularly hate-motivated at identifiable groups, this has an effect at tearing at the fabric of our society. So these statements to the court are incredibly important.
Yeah, we're hearing, just paraphrase what we're hearing from reporters who are on the scene, like Michelle Molesky saying that, some people saying that, they're scared to just go for a walk. They see a pickup truck, a black pickup truck, and they get scared still. And this happened in 2021, and they're saying, a lot still hasn't changed when it comes to Islamophobia specifically. But we also want to point out that, to correct me if I'm wrong, he has been found guilty of 4 counts of first-degree murder, but he's not going to be serving 25 years back to back to back to back. It's going to be concurrently, correct?
That's correct. The Supreme Court of Canada struck down the provision that the Conservative government put in some time ago that you can stack sentences. So this is just a life sentence, and it's in line with the international law that we have. But that doesn't mean that he's going to get parole. Given that this is a multiple homicide, hate-motivated, whether Her Honor decides that this is a terrorist act or not, his chances at parole are slim to none.
And so what factors into that? Like, obviously, a lot of what we're speaking of and what the victim impact statements are around the hate base surrounding the motives here. Is it a slam dunk that she's going to say that this relates to terrorist activities?
It's not really a slam dunk. There has to be specific elements fulfilled. So it has to be an act in furtherance of a terrorist organization, particularly attacking an identifiable group. It fits a number of the elements in this case, and it doesn't have to be that the actual terrorist organization fulfills or acts upon it. So a lot depends upon the evidence that was established at court as to his radicalization and why he was motivated to do this. This may fall short of a terrorist act. It clearly feels like a domestic terrorist act, and especially in the atmosphere we live in now, the rise of hate-motivated crime across the board for many communities in our country is very significant. So the judge is going to pay very careful attention to this, but there's no doubt that this is a hate-motivated crime. That will be a significant factor for him when in jail, and that's why I say his chances of parole are minimal. But the takeaway from this is, as our society moves forward, we need to do more about protecting all groups in our society to make sure that we have a safe place to live in Canada where we can express our views, our religions, our opinions, and do without fear of being attacked by somebody.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's Toronto Police saying that there's been 98 hate-related crimes in the city since the onset of the Israel-Hamas war. We've seen an increase in hate crimes here. They've expanded their force to take care of that. We also understand that Veltman has a chance to speak himself later in the month. What purpose does that have at all?
It's a traditional approach in the court that he has the right of elocution when the judge is about to pass sentence. An accused can stand up and make a statement to the court. Normally, it's an acknowledgement of wrongdoing, an expression of remorse, and an apology. Depending upon what he's going to say, it may be just a parroted comment. I doubt he has any real insight into his conduct. There hasn't been any information that he's received some sort of intensive therapy where he's realized just how wrong his thoughts were. So I don't expect anything particularly insightful. And if he does get up and apologize, it has meaning in the sense that there's an acknowledgement of the damage he caused, but beyond that, it really won't have any impact.
Our criminal defense lawyer, Joseph Neuberger, joining us live. We do appreciate you chatting with us and giving us your insight.
My pleasure. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you again.